Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. If you're an old friend, then welcome back. So I already did a reading this morning. Turned out to be a love reading. I don't do very many of those, but if they come up, I'll do them. I had a few minutes, so I thought I would come back on and do a Friday the 13th read, because today is Friday the 13th. And interestingly enough, it is the second Friday the 13th of this year. I think the last one was in October, right around Halloween, so that was interesting. Yeah, so typically Friday the 13th is actually known as a good luck year, and I'm not really sure how or why it got twisted around to being, you know, like a bad luck thing. But I guess, you know, as with everything, evil ass people will turn anything good into something bad. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to the video and to the channel. I'm glad to have you here, and I'd love to have you back. Alright, I'm going to start with this deck for this Friday the 13th read. Let's see. Spirit, tell me about this Friday the 13th for the collective. What do they need to know? What do we need to know? Past, present, and or future. Okay. Oh. So we have the Three of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. And I'm still not quite sure what to make of that yet. Oh, okay. Right, okay, like, it's just reaffirming what I just said, that, like, it's, for a long time, been known as, like, a bad day, right? Bad luck, bad day, you know, kind of got a bad rap kind of thing, okay? Okay. Three of Wands. I'm getting that it's, you know, it's actually more about, like, looking towards the future. See, 13th, okay? Oh, okay. So 13 in tarot is the number of death, okay? So maybe it could be a day where maybe a lot of people died, you know what I mean? And that's kind of maybe why it got a bad rap, okay? Right, like, okay, so like day of sorrow, you know what I mean? This could mean heart attack, right? Okay, so it's like, I feel like maybe it could be that Friday the 13th happened to be a day that became known as a day of, like, death. When in fact, you know, it's really supposed to be meant to be seen, okay, more as like less of an ending and more of a new beginning, right? Okay, so like, okay, so we've been talking about, like, the closing of a cycle and stuff like that, and we just had the 12/12 portal. So I am feeling like today is important because it is the marking of the end. Like, today is the end. Today is the last day. Today is D-Day, Death Day, last day. Today is the day that everything ends and starts over. Okay? And so now it's like, this is how it's supposed to be seen. That you have everything to look forward to. Okay? That, like, in the past, it may have, even death itself, okay, may have seemed like something to be sad about. When in fact, whether it's your own or someone else's, it should be seen as something positive. It should be seen as someone moving on and moving forward and moving up, not being left behind or ending permanently. And this is no matter what kind of death we're talking about. If we're talking about like the death of the old you and the birth of the new you, or the actual, permanent rest in peace, like physical death of someone, either way, it's meant to be seen as a positive thing. It's meant to be for a positive thing. It's like it's happening for your own good, for your benefit, to help you learn and grow, to help you better be able to see things in the future, you know what I mean? To learn, right? And take what you've learned and apply it in the future. Yes, okay, this is confirmation. We're talking about death here, okay? Friday the 13th. 13, death, okay? It's about, symbolic death, rebirth, big changes, time to move on, transformation, transition, endings, letting go, release, starting new. It's meant to be a good thing, okay? And it's also about, I feel like people are scared of the unknown, right? They don't want things to change. They don't want things to, the way they are, to change, because they're afraid of something new, something different. But it's like, in order to grow, it must change. It's like the leaves. The leaves on the trees, okay? Every year, they bloom. Every year, they die and fall off. And if they never died and fell off, then they wouldn't be able to bloom again. And every year that happens, the tree is growing, okay? It's a process. It's a necessary part of the process. Okay, and we have the Lovers. So I'm getting that, like, you need to, like, lean into this idea of death and rebirth rather than be afraid of it, okay? To align yourself with it. And also that, like, when you do have that physical RIP death, okay, rest in peace, you need to be in alignment with it, because if you are not, then that's how people become like lost souls, right? If you are constantly trying to fight death, cheat death, if you are in fear of death, like when you pass, that will have an effect on you, right? It's like when you pass in peace, you are more easily able to get where you're going, right? Your soul is more able to go wherever it's supposed to be going next, kind of thing. But it's like if you die in fear and anxiety, you know what I mean, then you are more susceptible to becoming a lost soul and not being able to find your way back, kind of thing. Yeah, that's confirmation on the bottom of the deck right there. 9 of Swords, fear, anxiety, right? So if you are in alignment with this, then this is what your soul is going to also, I feel like when you come back, this is what your soul is going to be seeking. This is the vibration that it is, and this is the vibration it's going to attract. So like when you come back, when you reincarnate into a new body, you're going to end up reincarnating into a family of people that are in this vibration, and that will just continue the cycle, right? So it's like if you want to break the cycle, you've got to understand that you need to be in alignment, okay, before you get there. and understand that death is not something to fear. And this is for, again, it's for the RIP, rest in peace, but it's also for just the change and the growth, okay? You need not to be scared of letting go of what was and embrace what is to come, okay? Basically. Because if you are in fear and anxiety, right, you're not going to be able to go through those portals, right? We talk a lot about the portal jumping and stuff, okay? Woo. Yeah, okay. And like, okay, so the more in this Nine of Swords that you are, then the more of like the Five of Pentacles you're going to be in. You're going to attract this. If you're in this, you're going to attract more of this. All right? So you have to embrace the death, embrace the change. If you want to get out of that, and it's absolutely a choice. Yep. Because time waits for no man. Time, that clock is ticking constantly, always ticking, 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 ticking. Whether you want it to stop or not, you can't control it, okay? You have no control over that. What you can control is yourself. And Nine of Cups. So it's like, what you can control, it's like, don't worry about what you can't control, okay? Worry about what you can, and all you can really control in this world is yourself. And the more that you realize that, the happier you're going to be, the more wish fulfillment you're going to have and see. And you got to realize, you got to figure out what it is that you want and then go for it. And don't waste what time you have here on this planet, being in the Nine of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. It's like, stop worrying and just enjoy the ride. Here we go. And the Pentacles will come. Okay? I know it's harder than it sounds, right? Like, because it's like you need money to keep a roof over your head and have a car to drive and food to eat. And so, it's hard to say, okay, well, that's easy to say if you have all those things already. But the fact of the matter is, you have to get in alignment with the energy first. And then it comes through in the material world. It's just how it is. It's all in the mind. It's all about your mindset. Yeah. Six of Cups. It's like you need to focus on the things that leave the past in the past and focus on the things that are most important now. The things that bring you joy in your heart. Yeah, Six of Cups, that bring balance to your heart. Comfort. Right? That life is not about the material world. It's about the emotional world inside of you. And changing that perspective, that point of view, that mindset, that's what's going to bring you victory. Okay? Four of Cups. I know this is hard. This is really hard. But you have to kind of just stop caring. Stop caring so much about stupid shit that doesn't really matter in the end. and start caring about the things that really matter, the connections that you make with people, you know? Because when you are on that deathbed, ready to RIP, out of here, it's those connections that are going to matter the most. Not how much money you did or didn't have. Ace of Swords, that's the truth. And if you can learn this and apply this to your life, you will have breakthrough. From this Four of Cups, I'm also getting like reevaluating the way that you see death, okay? And the way that you experience it. Yeah. It's a star on the bottom of the deck. It's a healing thing. It's a natural part of the process. And it is meant to help heal, because how awful would life be if you got into this state of mind and you could never get out? Okay? It's like death offers a way out of this, okay, in one way or another. Whether you do it willingly by changing your mindset, or whether it is forced upon you by no longer being in this vessel and coming back to start all over again. You know, it's like you always have another chance to change this, okay? And how awful would life be if you never even had the opportunity to change it, if you just got stuck there forever, right? So it's an opportunity to heal, to fix what's broken. Yeah. To Eight of Cups, this is also on the bottom of the deck, and Four of Cups, also bottom of the deck. We've got a lot of cups out here, okay? A lot of cups. Because it's all about this, right? Everybody needs to learn that this world was not created for this. It was created for this, okay? And so moving on to, you know, to heaven, to home, to peace, to love, to, you know, wherever you feel that feeling and that sense of, I'm home. I finally made it home. You know what I mean? Okay? So if you've ever had that feeling of like, man, I just want to go home. You know what I mean? Even if you are home and you feel like, I want to go home, you know? You're not the only one. It happens to a lot of souls. And that's like your soul reaching out to the stars. Okay? And if you open yourself up to all possibilities and speak to the stars will speak back to you. And they will teach you everything that I've been telling you right now, because that's where I got the knowledge from. And you can go home. You can have this sense of peace. Of knowing where you belong. And I think that the point of Earth is to teach us, you know, how how to get to that point. The whole point of life is the process of getting to that point. And sadly, many never do. Don't be one of them. All right, that's a side topic. Sorry. Focus, Spirit. We're talking about Friday the 13th here. So tell me more about this Friday the 13th, and we're closing it out. So let's make it quick. So many people think of life as like the race, right? What are you racing to? This should be the goal for everyone. 10 of Cups. Ultimate happiness. Emotional fulfillment. Because if you have this first, even if it's just within yourself, then everything else will follow. Because just like we were saying, if you are in this energy, you're going to attract more of this. So if you are in this energy, you're going to attract more of this. And if you can reach this before you RIP out of here, then you have a better chance of coming back already into this and then being able to grow from there. Anything else, Spirit? What did I say? First comes this, then comes this. Okay, first comes the 10 of Cups, then this naturally follows. The 10 of Pentacles naturally follows. Okay? All right? So if you want, if you're one of those people that is seeking material, wealth and prosperity and gain, if you are wanting this, well, then go in search of this first. Find it in yourself, then find it in another, or maybe a group of people. And once you have that, this will magically appear. Okay? I don't know why I'm getting the Lucky Charms. It's magically delicious. God, it's fucking amazing. Spirit puts the weirdest shit in my head. Okay. Last one. And this just popped out. Yeah. It's like Page of Cups. Do not limit yourself, okay? Do not limit yourself in any way. Dream big. Let your head be in the clouds, okay? And don't let anybody bring you down. You don't have to live in what other people deem reality, okay? If you want to believe that you can become a billionaire, that you can go from being homeless to a billionaire, then believe it, baby. And that's the only way you're ever going to achieve it. All right. I think that's a pretty nice message, actually. I hope this has helped you in some way, shape, or form. I hope, if nothing else, it has entertained you for a few moments in time. And I hope if you haven't already, you will like, share, and subscribe to the video and or the channel. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.